Negeri Sembilan's former Menteri Besar, Rais Yatim, has shared his opinion on the state's ruler issue. We also have an update on the Zakat fund case. Stay tuned for this and more on KiniNews. Former Negeri Sembilan Menteri Besar Rais Yatim has shared his view on the state's Undang yang Empat's move to depose Tuanku Muhriz Tuanku Munawir as Yang di-Pertuan Besar. In an interview with Malaysia Kini, Rais, who is also a scholar of adat perpatih, the Minangkabau customary law, said that the move was valid. He explained that the chieftains or undangs of Sungai Ujong, Jelebu, Rembau and Johol, who hold the power to appoint the Yang di-Pertuan Besar, also have the right to depose the state's ruler under Article 10 of the Negeri Sembilan Constitution. According to him, the four undangs must first meet two conditions.
Sekiranya undang tadi tidak lagi memberi sokongan kepada Yang di-Pertuan Besar atas mana-mana kesalahan atau cacat cedera namanya dalam istilah bahasa adat, atau hal-hal yang mencuit, merosakkan nama baik, kesempurnaan tugas dan adat yang dilakukan, maka Yang di-Pertuan Besar boleh diturun takhtakan oleh Undang yang Empat tadi dengan dua syarat. Syarat pertama ialah hendaklah ada laporan lengkapnya. Kedua, hendaklah disenaraikan apa dia kesalahannya. Setelah itu, boleh dicop mohor atas kertas dan dilakukan apa yang disebut sebagai naratif adatnya, dan di bawah sekali Menteri Besar tanda tangan sebagai saksi. Sekiranya Menteri Besar enggan meletakkan saksinya, beliau boleh dianggap sebagai cuai dalam melunaskan tugas perlembagaan Undang-Undang Tubuh Negeri Sembilan 1959.
Rais said that while the decision by the undangs was valid, he nevertheless recommended that the state administration return to the roots of the issue. The Bersatu leader also called on all parties to review the next steps after the Undang yang Empat announced the deposition of the ruler and named his successor. To watch the full video, head to kinitv.com, or you can read the full story on Malaysia Kini. Two individuals, including the deputy chairperson of a non-governmental organization, have been remanded for 4 days from today. This is to assist in investigations into the alleged misappropriation of about 230 million ringgit in Zakat funds. According to Bernama, the remand order against the two men, aged 57 and 61, was issued by Magistrate Amira Mastura Kamis after the MACC submitted an application at the Shah Alam Magistrates Court today. The case is being investigated under the MACC Act 2009. Yesterday, it was reported that the MACC had arrested the deputy chairperson of an NGO and two other individuals on suspicion of misappropriating about 230 million ringgit in Zakat funds. Scoop reported that two of the suspects were detained in an operation in the Klang Valley, while the third person was taken into custody when he arrived at the Selangor MACC office to provide his statement. The anti-graft agency also seized 18 vehicles, including a Porsche, Mercedes, and Range Rover, as well as a number of properties which were estimated to be worth 11 million ringgit. They also froze 33 bank accounts containing around 120 million ringgit. From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us. The University Malaya Association of New Youth, UMANI, has alleged that it and other student groups were prevented from holding an integrity and anti-corruption forum last night. The forum was part of an ongoing roadshow organized by the Takap Azambaki Secretariat, aimed at explaining to the public issues concerning the MACC and its Chief Commissioner Azambaki. In a statement, the group said the forum was scheduled to take place in front of Dewan Tunku Chancellor on the University Malaya campus at 8:30 p.m. However, they said that as they made their way to the venue, they were reportedly blocked by nearly 30 police officers. UMANI also claimed that two police vehicles repeatedly shone bright lights at the students in what appeared to be an attempt to disrupt the speeches. The group condemned the UM administration for suppressing students' assembly and academic freedom. It said the incidents created an atmosphere of intimidation and amounted to a suppression of students' rights to assemble and to advocate for academic freedom. It added that such obstruction by those in power demonstrates how the government's once reformed spirit has now been extinguished. extinguished. The group also stressed that the right to assemble is a fundamental civil liberty, and the government has neither the rights nor justification to restrict this freedom, nor should it suppress students' academic freedom on campus. Malaysia Kini has reached out to the university for comments. Selangor Pas Youth has accused DAP Assemblyperson Wong Siew Kee of disrespecting the Selangor Sultan's royal decree on pig farming. This was in reference to Wong's speech on the matter while debating the ruler's royal address in the Selangor State Assembly. In a statement, Selangor Pas Youth Chief Sukri Omar also called for Wong to be suspended from the State Legislative Assembly for 12 months. He said the decree by Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah is clear in its position that there will be no further pig farming in the state. He stressed that once the decree is clear, any attempt to revive the proposal, even when framed in modern terminology, still reflects a disrespectful attitude. Sukri noted that the state government had previously decided against issuing new pig farming licenses across all districts and had also moved to phase out existing farms. He said raising this issue in the assembly is not merely a discussion on technology, but involves matters of etiquette and respect for decisions that have been finalized at the highest level of the state. He added that freedom of debate in the assembly is not a license to revive matters that have already been decided, especially when the issue touches on respect for the royal institution, communal harmony, and public sensitivities. Earlier during her debate, Wong told the House that the issue of pig farming touches on equality rights under Article 8(2) of the Federal Constitution. She further proposed that the government and investors consider the adoption of a modern, closed-house pig farming system in Selangor, incorporating zero-discharge process and biogas recycling technologies. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. DAP National Chairperson Gobind Singh Dio has called on Attorney General Duski Mukhtar to provide an immediate and transparent update on investigations into the fatal shootings of 3 suspected robbers in Durian Tunggal, Malacca. In a statement, he pointed out that it has been around 5 months since the incident occurred. He said despite this, there appears to be no definitive action taken against any individuals involved. He stressed that the gravity of the case cannot be overstated as serious allegations have been made and evidence, including audio recordings, has been produced to support these claims. Under these circumstances, he said it is not unreasonable for calls to be made for an explanation on the status of the investigation into the case. He added that the matter is of public interest and that the public has a right to know what actually happened. He also said that the victims' families are entitled to answers and justice. On November 24th, the police shot and killed 3 men aged between 24 and 29 after one of them allegedly used a machete to attack a police officer. The Attorney General's chambers had reclassified the incident as a murder case on December 16th after examining police reports. Bukit Aman Criminal Investigation Department Director M. Kumar said on December 29th last year that the police officers involved have been removed from active duty amid ongoing investigations. U.S. President Donald Trump said on Tuesday that Washington would extend its ceasefire with Iran. Anadolu Agency reported that this is to allow time for Tehran to prepare a unified proposal following a request by Pakistani officials. In a statement on his social media platform Truth Social, Trump said the U.S. was asked by Pakistan's Army Chief Field Marshal Asim Munir and Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif to delay renewed military action against Iran until their leaders could come up with a unified proposal. Therefore, he said he has directed the military to continue the blockade and, in all other respects, remain ready and able. Trump added that he will extend the ceasefire until such time as their proposal is submitted and discussions are concluded, one way or the other. He also claimed in the post that Iran's leadership had been seriously fractured. The announcement comes as a U.S. delegation led by Vice President J.D. Vance was expected to travel to Islamabad on Tuesday for a second round of face-to-face talks with Iran. However, U.S. officials said the trip was delayed due to additional policy meetings at the White House. The ceasefire, initially announced earlier this month, had been set to expire on Wednesday. And that is all for me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.